Hello Shaftesbury School. I'm going to give you a little tour of some things that you can do in Teams regarding assignments. So setting an assignment, making it so that students can edit the document that you attach and setting its end date, the different features there, and then marking it once it comes in. Excuse me. So without further ado, let's get into it. You can see here I've got my Teams set up in front of me. We're going to be going with 7xcs2b because there is there's a test student account in there that we can have a look at. If you're setting one for multiple classes, you can do that as well, which has been a lifesaver for me. Anyway, I'm going to go into the Assignments tab rather than Teams to create this. You can do it myriad different ways, but here we go. So I'm going to create a new assignment. This new assignment, I'm going to choose a class that gets assigned the assignment. 7xcs2b was the one that I said. Obviously I've got a lot of classes here. It is just there, but if you want to refine, you can just hit a digit and it will give you a refined set of classes. So that was using the search bar at the top. So I hit the 7xcs2b, next. And then it creates the assignment blank page. Here is where you can assign to multiple classes. So if I wanted it to go to other Year 7 classes as well, I keep having to type 7. I don't know why, it's just a quirk of Teams. But you see that it's got all 5 of the extra classes. So when I come off this, it says assign to 6 classes, which is fantastic. Also, we do have some in-year transfers and sometimes people move classes. Do you want them to be able to see the previous assignments? Don't assign to students added to this class in the future. Edit. You can assign to all students, even those who are added to the class in the future. So Teams will manage that one. If someone new comes into your class, you can say, look at the assignments. Those are the ones you should be working on. All students are a subset. We're going to go for all students here. What date is this due in on? Now here's where we have to make a decision. I'm going to give everyone a week on this one, so it has to come in on Thursday the 25th of Feb because this is being recorded on Thursday the 18th of Feb during half term because I love you. So here we go, Thursday 25th of Feb. Are late hand-ins allowed? If they are, then this assignment will persist in their assignments page. If you want it to disappear from their assignments page, which I think is a nice way of making sure that students hand things in on time, you can edit that and you can set a close date. Now the close date defaults to the same as the due date, but if you want just a day or so of late hand-in so they can hand it in by the due date, that's the due date that gets published, but there's a day's grace period, then you can set that on there and you can have a specific time as well. Also, if you're getting well ahead of yourself and you want to create all of these assignments, you can schedule to assign that in the future. So you can make them now and say that's going to go live next week, that sort of thing. But let's not assign that in the future. Let's do it now so that it exists. Let's give it a title. This is a test. Please ignore. Instructions. Open the attached document and fill in the little bits there. Brilliant. Okay, so I've said open the attached document. We now need to attach that document. Now this is super powerful. I'm going to attach something that I've created locally, so it's on my desktop, made it in Word, but students will be able to edit it and put their answers inside that document. So I'm going to upload from this device. In my documents and in computing, this is a test assignment, and open. It takes a little while to upload, it's not always that quick, there must be hardly anyone on it at the moment because of half term, but it defaults to students can't edit. Click on the 3-dot menu, students edit their own copy is the easiest way for you to get work from students. So they click on this thing, it opens in their browser, they tappity tap their answers, and when they close it, it's committed, saved automatically because it's online Word, and then they can just turn in their assignment. Now this is a two-part video. The second part I'll be doing from a student perspective, but it might be useful for you to watch that as well to see how students interact with your documents. Okay, so how many points are available for this? 10 marks maybe. Add a rubric, you can say the different levels that people are achieving. That's really, really useful for students to be able to see, and when you mark it, you can use that rubric to be able to assign marks according to different mark bands on different categories. Very, very powerful stuff, beyond the scope of this video though. So I'm just going to say marks out of 10. Or 9 if we fancy doing GCSE levelling. This is a test assignment. Students edit their own copy. 6 classes. It's due in a week's time. Post assignment notifications to the general channel. I don't think many people are setting up separate channels for different aspects of their course, so it just goes into the team general channel. That's fine. Let's hit that assign button and see what happens. So after a short while, I'm going to get a notification down in the bottom corner, which is going to tell me that this has been assigned and that a notification has gone into the general channel. Let's go into that general channel to have a look first of all. So in Teams, 7x CS2b. Oh, look, here we go. Assignments mentioned, blah, 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 blah. This is the test. Please ignore. There's the assignment. So as a teacher, I can view the assignment. And my class includes Pupil 20 test. I'll have to blur those names out, won't I, so that this doesn't go anywhere it shouldn't. So Pupil 20 test, he's not handed it in, he or she. When they've seen the assignment, when they've clicked on it to look at it, it turns to viewed. And then when they've handed it in, it turns to handed in, okay? Then you can mark it and return that mark, and it says returned. Really good. Let's have a look in the grades for this class, and I'll show you. So for Pupil 20 test, they have got the grade out on the previous assignments for this class, but for this one, they have the ability to look at the assignment and to submit it. Okay, so that's all for the time being. I'm going to do the second video now with the student interacting with the thing, and then I'll come back and do the rest of this one in terms of looking at a student's work and what we can do with that. Okay, back with the staff then. I have gone into my pupil account and done an assignment. Okay, so there it was. I did an assignment, I handed it in, and now I want some feedback. So let's go back to the teacher view. The teacher, let's just refresh this so that it shows me the Pupil 20 test submission. So it loads up the class, Pupil 20 test. It says handed in next to it now. I can click the 3 dots and open the student work, or I can just return the work. Let's open the student work and see what they've done. Can you write in this box? There's no box there. If this is a question, where's your answer? Here it is. Get a picture from somewhere and put it here. There's a picture. If you watched the other video, you saw me do those things using Word Online to be able to create the answers to the questions. So I can put some feedback in here, give them a score, 6. The image is wonderful, but and I would like to see you develop a consistent theme in future assignments. And that is awful feedback. But there you go. So that box expands as you go in. You can type as much as you like in there, and then hit return. So I've just returned that piece of work. I can flick through the different students by clicking on these arrows, so I don't need to keep going back and back in. I can just scroll through the different students or select a specific student from the list by clicking on the down arrow. So let's hit close, and that work is now given a score. At the top it tells me how much it's out of, given a score, and there it is. Hopefully that helps so that you can see what happens from a student perspective and from a teacher perspective, and you can set assignments with clear deadlines and set them to students knowing where they need to find the stuff, so you can talk to them confidently about what their experience should be with your assignments. Hopefully that all helps. Thanks very much for your time. Bye-bye.